morning. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. And good afternoon to our folks in Costa Rica that are joining us today via a video link. So welcome to you as well. I want to thank you for all being here in this beautiful house of worship, and those of you in Costa Rica that are joining us as well. And we're here to mourn the loss and celebrate the life of Richard Rojas. And when I think of him, the words that come up is he was an intense entrepreneur, a skillful wiring artist, and a passionate cyclist. I mean, and you put those three together and it don't sound like they go together. But for Richard, they went together somehow. My name is Larry Smully. I consider myself lucky to be the friends of Richard and the entire family. And I want to start with a quote from Justin Cronin. He's a novelist, and he says, "As long as we remember a person, they're not really gone. Their thoughts, their feelings, their memories, they become part of us." And, I believe that love is the most powerful force in the universe. And as for Richard, he loved God first. And there's something about that. And he loved traditions. He loved Thanksgiving. He loved Christmas and doing things. But really it was about reconnecting with people. It's not really the turkey or the gifts, right? It's the connection with people. And, he was born in the peaceful and proud country of Costa Rica. And he made his journey here to his new home in the U.S. at the age of 20. Now, that was 1992. There was a deep recession at the time. So think about going across all that way and showing up in a deep recession. That is confidence at its height. So I think his greatest blessing of all was settling down with Cheryl, a true life partner, a force for good for Richard in his life. They were married at the Montage Resort, and they used to go every year for the last 10 years and celebrate with some drinks and appetizers. So on behalf of Cheryl and Michaela and David and Noreen, I want to thank all of you for your support and your love during this very difficult period. It means the world to the family. So I was thinking about this, and I think, Richard really aspired to have a full life. And I've really come to believe that there are like two kinds of people in the world. There's the dreamers, and there's the doers. And Richard, to me, was a man of action. He was a doer. With a zest for life. He was diligent in his work. And then he realized his aspiration to open up his own company, like a true entrepreneur. He loved soccer and cycling, as you know, and you'll hear more about that. And he traveled extensively. You may not know he was also a geography whiz, so when he traveled, he knew the names of places that he was going. His dream trip was fulfilled a few years back when he was able to attend the Tour de France, be with people that he loved that were in cycling. And, when you look at that picture, you get a sense that he was cheerful. He had a spirit of fun and adventure with a twinkle in his eye was what I thought of, and an easy smile. There's something to that. And the way I think of it is he loved grinning, grilling, and gourmet coffee. That was Richard. We used to have many talks about the quality of the coffee. And so now I come to the 18th century poet Thomas Campbell, who wrote, "To live in hearts we leave behind is not to die." So the other central force, I believe, in Richard's life was family. He always said he was honored to be able to take care of his parents, and he was really, he was trustworthy, and he respected his elders. There's something to that. He loved his mom and dad very much and enjoyed traveling to Costa Rica, surprise his mom now and then. And, you know, Richard's father, Jorge, was his best friend, but then was his best man. You can see that in some of the pictures. It's wonderful to look at some of the pictures. I went back to see the Richard looking at his dad. It was really quite beautiful. And he was proud that he was able to help Michaela learn to ride her bike. And she took off down the street by herself and said, "Poppy, this is the best day of my life so far." So he was dedicated both in his work and his family life, and you know, he was detailed to boot. I mean, that was him. Overall, I would say the word that comes up is perfectionist. Now, some people don't know if that's a good term. I think it is a really good term. And with every project that he worked on at home or at work or whatever, he could see the mistake, even in the smallest things. He could see it, and then he would go after it, and he would correct it, and he would make it right. And I was thinking about what I've learned, what maybe we've all learned from Richard. And I think there are 4 things that stand out for me. First of all, trust in God. Trust in God. Put God first. God knows everything that we're going through and everything that we will go through in the future. And Richard had trust in that. The second, stay connected to family. And he went out of his way to stay connected to family here and in Costa Rica. Also, work hard. Work hard. That is why he was in such demand in the security industry, is because he worked hard. People relied on him. They knew what he could accomplish. And the last one is try and do your best. And he did. He kept trying and trying. So I believe that indeed Richard lived a life worth living. So as I was preparing for this, I said, well, how can I possibly sum up a person's life in 5 minutes? And the answer is you can't. But what I have learned is if you show me the family and the friends, I will show you the man. So look around. Richard's legacy and impact are here in this room, and he will never be forgotten. And you will always know the man. I believe that he is here with us in spirit today, yet in a more magnificent and peaceful place. And in closing, I want to read the words of an American Christian writer, 20th century, named Helen Steiner Rice. And I think Richard would agree with this sentiment. It's called No Night Without. So there is no night without a dawning, no winter without a spring. And beyond the dark horizon, our hearts will once again more sing. For those who leave us for a while have only gone away out of the relentless, careworn world into a brighter day. So I just want to say, Pura Vida, Godspeed, my friend, we love you all.